All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a little bit of a project going on. We are going to make a do-it-yourself emergency charging station utilizing a box, a Nocqua battery, things we picked up on Amazon. So let's jump into it. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you the items that we have, and I will link all of these right here that I picked up on Amazon. So this is just a Plano ammo box, and we've got some connections here, switches, fuses. We've got a Nocqua 10 amp hour battery kit, so we really just need the battery out of this, but I went ahead and got the kit because you can always use the kit for everything else. The goal in today's video is to transform this plain box. We're going to add some switches, we're going to add some charging stations, and we're going to convert this to a portable charging station utilizing the Nocqua battery. Everything's going to fit in here, it's going to be clean, and if you lose power, you're going to be able to charge your phone. If you're out camping, you'll be able to use this to have some light, keep your devices charged. So let's break it down and get started. So now the first thing we got to do is just kind of lay this out and see how we want to kind of do this. So I know on the front here, I want to have my switches right in here. So I've got two switches, and these are illuminated, and we've got the brackets that we'll put in, and then I've got lights. My thought process was one of the switches is going to be used for the lights. I think I want a light here kind of at the bottom. That way, if you need some temporary lighting, you can do it. I'm still undecided on light number 2, but I've got an additional, this is a flip up USB to USB-C. These are fast charging, has an on and off switch, just simple positive and negative. It's got a little cover that goes over it right here, so it's going to be good and flush mounted. And then for the inside, I've got these terminals. I've got a Nocqua voltmeter here that I'm going to try to incorporate in this, and I think I've got another Nocqua. This one is just a standard USB plug. So if I don't use these in this build, use these on the kayak, it's going to be a pretty clean, simple setup. Try to keep the wiring down to a minimum. Figure out exactly where I want everything laid out. That way I'll have room to put the battery on the inside right here, and then try to make this as clean as possible. Get everything started. Circles here, and I'm just going to use those circles. And right there is how I want that. To secure these, it's just screw on the nut on the back. Very similar to your kayak builds when you're installing the Nocqua voltmeter. Just keep this build more on the simple side. Thread this one on, just like so. Goes up a little bit. Switches. Switches are installed. Now, this plastic is not that thick, so it kind of did pull in a little bit there, but we're still good and sealed. Now we're going to move on to how I want to do the lights. Okay, next thing I done was I just drilled 2 small pilot holes, and that was 1/8 drill bit. So you can see just went through there, fed the wires through. Now all I'm going to do is just screw in the screws here to kind of hold that in. There is a cover on this on top, so that'll keep the glare from being straight at you. It's going to point it down more. This can be a versatile charging box. And I'm not going to tighten everything down yet. That way, if I need to pull it off, I can just simply pull this back out if I need to do anything with the wiring. I'm going to move and do the top section. I won't bore you with drilling out the top section, but same thing. All right, so now we're at the USB switch. And I'm going to put it down here so it'll be close to the light and kind of out of the way. So we've got the 2 on and off switches, light here. I've got the light on top. And drill us a pilot hole. Just hand tight, do not over tighten. So now we've got that mounted flush. So if we look on the inside, I've got all my wires running out. That way that we can quickly just kind of tie everything together. And I'm just going to have to use minimal wiring to tie all this in. So now we're on to the terminal block and we're going to get this started. That way we can start jumping stuff over. And right now, I think we are about to the point where we can start getting everything wired up. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use both terminal blocks, positive, negative. I've got my holes already pre-drilled here. Once I get this mounted on the inside, I'm just going to screw through this way to kind of hold this in. And I'm going to go ahead and pre-wire everything up and get it tested before I start mounting everything. So right now, I'm just getting all the connections set on the terminal blocks, and then we'll start tying in everything once we get that done. And while you're here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate your support. On the USB switch, which is right here, all I've done on the inside is I had to make an extension to be able to plug into these. So I've got 2 extension cables, got those crimped in, and we got some heat shrink on them. So now we got a good water seal tight connection. So now I'll be able to plug these in to the terminals, and I've got to do that for the lights, and then I've also got to do that for the switches here. So I have got my portable power station finished. I really want to go through now and show you the setup of this, how it turned out, and one of the things that I changed on it. And then we'll talk about some of the uses that you can use this portable power bank for. So let's take a look at it. On the side here, you know, I keep a lot of these Nocqua adapters, USB plugs, voltmeters. That way I always have one on hand. But I put one on the side here, so now I've got 2 additional USB plugs here on the side. So I'll open this up and I'll show you what I've got on the inside here. So you can see minimal wiring. Now this switch over here, I've got it installed. I've got it ready to go, but I'm not using it right now. This is for future build, future use when I add some things to this. So right now we've just got it ready to go. I use this side for positive, this side for negative. It bridges to give you power output and your negative post all the way down. So you just run your power to the first one on top for the LED light. Now I am going to get some wire clips and I'm going to kind of button this up so it's not hanging down, but I've got to buy some. I don't have any here. Right now, it'll do just to show you. We're just going to take, I've got a Y splitter from Nocqua. So this is the power right here. Line up your white arrows. They plug straight in. Turn your little cap. Now the cable is secured. Now here's the splitter. This is going to give you 2 additional power outputs. So they have one that is just 1 power output, and this one has 2. So this is going to power the USB dual plugs over here, and the other one is going to power these. This plug right here is going to be for the Nocqua USB plugs. Now I've got the other one here, white to white, plug it in. So now we're hooked up. Now you can see, as soon as I hook that up, we have 12 volts showing. There we go. So I got it opened up. So these are fast chargers. So you got USB, USB, USB-C. And now we are active also over here. So you can see we are lit up. We've got power. How I've got this wired, I took the positive wire and hooked it into the yellow wire on the switch. So the yellow wire is hooked in to the other positive wire on this light. And then we've just got power, the positive running to the positive on this side, and then the negative running to the negative on this side. What that allows us to do is we're going to get illumination on the light switch, and then down here we've got light, and up here we've got light. And the reason I put it one down here is that would kind of illuminate the floor level. This, you could easily turn this around and it's going to illuminate more up for you. And we threw this little Nocqua sticker on back here, calling this my Nocqua power bank box. The one thing I wanted to be able to do with this battery setup is just be able to drop my battery right down in here, tug it in there, and then be able to lock that down. And now it's completely portable. Not heavy at all. Your USB, USB-C cables, charge your Android phones, your Apple phones, charge your iPad, your tablets, your action cameras. So very lightweight, very portable power box. Now when it gets dark, I'll actually turn this on in complete darkness to see how bright the LEDs are. Go see, what are you doing? But what can you use these, what I'm calling my power bank box for? These are a good box to have if you live in an area where you lose power a lot. Being able to have something like this just laying around and having a battery that all you got to do is just plug in, flip a switch, and you can instantly have a little bit of light. You can charge your phones, so you're not going to have to worry about not being able to have your phone to call someone in a case of emergency or to check on family. So this is going to give you, you'll be able to charge 2 cell phones, and I'll run the numbers, and on a 10 amp hour battery from Nocqua, I'll run the numbers that on an Apple or an Android phone on a full 10 amp hour Nocqua battery charge, how long you're going to be able to charge your cell phones. I'll put the graphic up here so you know exactly how long the battery is going to last for you. But these are great. You can throw these on your kayak. You can hook your action cameras right into this. These are great to take if you're going camping. Nothing like going camping, not having to worry about flashlights if you need them, campfires. You've got this little power bank box here, and all you got to do is flip a switch and you've got light when you're camping. These are great for vacation or when you're traveling. It's a small box. I'll put the dimensions of the box on the screen so you know exactly how big it is. It's something you can have just laying around the house in the event that you're going to lose power, especially in the wintertime. If you're like us here in Tennessee, we can have 4 seasons in an entire week. But in the wintertime, there's times where we get ice and snow, and we may lose power for 24 hours, 48 hours, or right now during the summertime, we get these summer thunderstorms coming through, trees are falling, you may lose power for a couple days, and it's nice to have power options at the go, ready to charge your devices. So if you're using the Nocqua batteries right now, tell me, how do you utilize your Nocqua batteries, and what do you find is your go-to battery? Is it the 10 amp battery or the 20 amp battery? Make sure that you're subscribed and you got the bell notification clicked. That way you know when the videos are dropping. And stay tuned, because I've got a lot more ideas and a lot more builds that I'm doing with these Nocqua batteries, just to show you the versatility that you have and what you can do with the Nocqua batteries. We'll see you on the next video.